extraordinary landscapes, some as if taken from a fairy tale, amazing nature, lakes with incredible colors, or with salinity higher than in the Dead Sea, ancient statues of gods, or houses carved in rock. You'll find all these sceneries in one country. Welcome to Extremely Locust Travels. Turkey, Part 7, Canyons, Volcanic Park, and Mysterious Modern Island. In this episode we'll show the largest canyon in Turkey, the Ulubey Canyon. Next we'll visit small but very picturesque Taşuran Canyon. Then we'll visit the Kula Divlit Volcanic Park, characterized by colorful scenery. Finally, we'll reach a very mysterious Modern Island. In the previous episodes, we have shown beautiful places we came across while traveling from Central Europe to Armenia and back. In Turkey, we were most impressed by places such as Nalihan Bird Sanctuary, Candy Cane Mountains, Lake Van, Nemrut Volcano, Hasuni Stone City, or fabulously blue Lake Salda. Now it's time to explore some unusual canyons. Today we'll leave the Pamukkale terraces that were shown in the previous video and we head towards the largest canyon in Turkey, the Ulubey Canyon. We have to travel about 120 kilometers north of Pamukkale. Around noon we reach the eastern edge of the canyon. Now we have to find a road down the canyon. Fortunately, there's a decent gravel road leading down to the very bottom. Driving this road is quite easy and we have an opportunity to see the canyon from below. Steep cliffs promise beautiful landscapes at the very bottom of the canyon. Indeed, the rocks building the slopes are quite picturesque. At the bottom of the canyon, you can find lush vegetation contrasting with the starkness of the cliffs. In the center of each canyon, there is usually a river that carves the canyon. Here, Deer Man Creek, literally Mill Creek, flows along the bottom of this canyon. But fortunately, this creek is quite disappointing. It's heavily polluted and smells of sewage. It's a pity, because the canyon itself makes a very good impression. Let's go to see the canyon from the above. The best viewpoint of the canyon is located east of the Ulubey town. From this perspective, the canyon looks much better. The Ulubey Canyon is one of the world's largest canyons and the largest in Turkey. It stretches for approximately 77 kilometers and reaches depths of up to 170 meters. The area around the canyon hosted many civilizations in the past, including Macedonia, Kingdom of Pergamon, Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, or Ottoman Empire. The Ulubey Canyon, with its connecting side canyons, has a significant potential for ecotourism in the country. In 2013, the canyon was declared a nature park. Time for us to visit another canyon, located about 70 kilometers away, Taşuran Canyon. We got there in the late afternoon, so we had to look for a place to sleep. We found it very quickly. The high and spacious observation tower is a perfect place to stay overnight. 3-story building just for us. We haven't had such luxuries for a long time, and there are even more amenities nearby, such as well-maintained bathroom, children's playground, or a micro mosque if you feel like praying. Let's see our tonight's apartment. We'll have a lot of space. Good night. The morning welcomes us with a quite nice view from the observation tower. From the edge of a rather high and steep cliff, the Tachiron Canyon makes a quite impression. Let's go and see the canyon from a closer perspective. The rocks that cover the valley take on very fantastic shapes. The jagged, irregular stone formations have been shaped over thousands of years by the Imran Creek flowing at the bottom of the canyon. In the summer, the creek is almost dried up. Only numerous small pools remained. But in more rainy seasons, there can be much more water here, which can flow in a very fast current. Materials carried by the stream, such as gravel, sand and stones, cause accelerated erosion of the rocks and thus contribute to the creation of the fabulous shapes of the canyon walls. Let's have a walk through the beautiful Tachiron Valley. The valley was created as a result of the action of water, wind, and tectonic movements. Water from the stream flows through rocks cracked by earthquakes. When the water level is high, the rocks are abraded by a strong current and the pebbles it carries, creating such unusual shapes over time. The rocks that built Tachiron Canyon are called gneiss. They are metamorphic rocks formed from the metamorphosis of igneous or sedimentary rocks. These rocks originally formed as granite at great depth and managed to rise to the surface through significant tectonic movements and erosion over time. Many of the small ponds in this area are filled with gravel brought by the water. In the middle of summer, the water in the pools that were formed by the drying stream stops flowing. This can be quite a difficult time for the organisms that inhabit the canyon valley. However, life continues to thrive in the resulting water bodies. Here you can observe crabs, fish, tadpoles, and many other interesting organisms coping pretty well in these rather harsh conditions. Let's see some drone footage of the canyon before it's time to go further. This is what the landscapes near the canyon look like. And this is the observation tower, our apartment where we spend the night. Although the tower disturbs the landscapes a bit, it turned out to be quite useful. Time for us to visit another interesting place. To the west from Tascheron Canyon, there is a Kula Divliti Volcanic Park. Let's explore this area and let's find out something about this place. The Kula Geopark gained some recognition in 2013 by receiving a UNESCO certification. But fortunately, it's a place rather devoid of crowds. The Kula Volcanic Park consists of the main Divlik volcanic cone, parasitic cones, and various forms of lava flows. The solidified lava that form jagged basaltic rocks spreads 20 kilometers to the north of the main cone. In the Kula Volcanic Park, you can observe traces of 3 phases of volcanic activity. First phase volcanism took place here about 1.7 million years ago, resulting in formation very thick basalt sheets which made the high plateau of current topography. The second phase took place between 200 and 130,000 years ago. Around 45 volcanic cones were formed here in this period. The third phase of volcanism covers the period of 30,000 to 2,600 years ago, in which the youngest volcanic cones have formed. The Kula Divlit Cinder Cone is one of the most spectacular volcanoes formed in the last phase of volcanism at Kula. Time for us to go further west towards Europe. On the way we pass very characteristic small Turkish towns. Our goal for now is area near the Mardin Island in western Turkey. In the evening we arrived to the neighboring Ali Bey Island. I think we'll spend the night on one of these wild beaches. The beautiful morning has come. We are currently on Ali Bay Island, which is part of the Ibalik Islands Nature Park. But our goal for today is to get to the other side of the bay, to Mudden Island. Getting to the island is not complicated. You can simply get there on foot, going across the sea. There is a shallow passage that allows you to get to the island. Along the way you can admire the underwater world, but you have to watch out for sea urchins, which are abundant in these waters. We reach Mudden Island. Now it is uninhabited. But in the past there was a lead mine here, so we can find various traces of settlements here. Let's explore this island. Maybe we will find something interesting. Mudden Island is part of the Ibalik Islands Nature Park. There are 22 islands and numerous rocks forming the Ibalik Islands archipelago. Mudden Island is located in the northwest of the archipelago and faces the Aegean Sea. The island has an area of about 3 square kilometers. In ancient times it was named Pyrgos and was inhabited by Greeks working in the lead mines. In the center of the island you can find a very old, strange-looking building that has no door or windows. It's an ancient stone structure from prehistoric times. In the 8th century it was renovated and converted into a watchtower. The tower served to observe and spy enemies from the island of Lesbos. Later it was destroyed by Cilician pirates. The Mudden Island has interesting topography. In the past, lead was mined on the island. This is why you can come across many caves and holes in the ground here. Some are shallow and harmless, others are very deep, and if you don't notice them on time, you can lose your life. Time passes quickly. We have to leave this strange island. The water level isn't deep, so we don't need to use kayak. Before we go, let's enjoy the shores of Ibalik Islands archipelago. The isolated location of some of these places means that even if you come here in the middle of the holidays, you can find places where you won't meet even a single tourist. Clean warm water and relatively rich underwater world are additional advantages of the archipelago. Let's enjoy it! Time for us to leave the Ayvalık Islands archipelago. Our holidays are coming to an end. Time to return to Europe through Çanakkale Bridge. Although this bridge saves time, it definitely does not save money. It's probably the most expensive bridge in Turkey. If you want to use this bridge, you have to pay high price. Bridges on the Bosphorus are much cheaper. But the Çanakkale Bridge costs 200 liras, more than 12 euro. One last look at Asia, and it's time to find a camping place on the European side of Dardanelles Strait. Next morning, we have to quickly start our long way back home. It's time to say goodbye to Turkey. Our goal for now is the border with Bulgaria. On the border crossing, there is a lot of waiting. We don't like Bulgaria because all of the roads are paved here. In the evening, we found a strange abandoned hangar. It may not have been the most comfortable place to stay, but at least we had a roof over our heads. Let's start the second day of returning home. After some time, we crossed the border with Romania. Of course, we have to wait a lot for border control. A few hours have passed, and now we can go. We still need to drive a long distance through Romania, Hungary, and Slovakia. The weather changes dramatically as you drive towards Central Europe. But the evening rewards us with a beautiful sunset. The last day of our journey begins. Time to pack up the tent and let's hit the road. Finally, Slovakia. And after some time, Poland. Our expedition has ended after 4 weeks and after traveling more than 8,000 kilometers. Here is a brief summary of the whole expedition to Armenia through Turkey and Georgia.